Twitter lists. Are you using them to your best benefit? So firstly, let's have a look at what are Twitter lists, how do we use them, and where do we find them. So where you're going to find Twitter lists, if you are wanting to set one up for yourself, you're going to come in here where this little settings is, click on lists, and in here you can create a new list, and if you've already created some lists you can see them in here. So you'll see my ones. There are a few things to note. So the ones that have my image down the right hand side here are all lists that I've created. And if you look further down, these ones with other people's images are lists that they've created. So they're lists that I've subscribed to of theirs. Another thing to note is here some of these have a padlock on them. So that means they're a private list, and other people, if they came to have a look at my lists, they wouldn't see the ones that have the padlock on them. These public lists are ones that people can look at and also subscribe to if they want to. So you can see in this list we have 29 members. So these are the tweets of the members. You can see the list members here, and then you can see the list subscribers here. So there are a few things that you'll want to note about creating your own list. So let's go and create one. You can't start your list name with a number, it has to be a letter. So if we come in here to lists, we can do create list. And in here you're going to choose your list name. So for this one we'll just call it video list. And then you can put a description in here if you want. And this is here where you can choose if you want a public list or a private list. We're going to keep this one private for now. And if we click save list, you'll see that the list has been created, and then we can start to find people to put in there. So we can find people through here, or we can just be adding people to the list as we see them. So, and you'll see here, like we said, it tells you how many members there are and how many subscribers there are. And one of the important things to note is that you don't actually need to be following the people on your list. So it's a great way to put people into a private list if you want to keep track of what they're doing, but don't actually want to be following them. And so you can have 20 lists with up to 500 people in them, and then you can subscribe to as many lists as you like. So how you're going to add people to your list. If you can have a look down your stream here. And so just say we wanted to add this sailing news in here. If I click on that, it will open up the profile, and here there's a little drop down menu, and you can say add or remove from list. So we're going to add that person into our video list here. You can add people to more than one list, and you can, if you haven't previously created a list, you can create a list in here. So we've done that, and you don't need to click save or anything, that automatically happens. And then I can just go down to other people and then just continue to add them to my lists if that's what I want to do. So it's so easy and simple to be able to do that. Now, why do you want to have lists? So lists are going to keep people that you want to keep track of in an area. So as you can see, when I scroll down here, there are so many tweets. It's kind of difficult sometimes for me to find tweets from a particular person if I want to know what they're up to. So that's the beauty of being able to put these people in lists. And here are a few ideas of the types of lists that you might have. So influencers, your fans, clients, things that are going on. If there's like some people that you find funny, you could add those in, co-workers, any of these kind of list ideas. And then of course, any of your own that you want to add to that as well. So let's have a quick look at subscribing to other people's lists. Now, the one I like to go to, because I know she's got a lot of lists, is Mari Smith. So, but this can be anybody. Now, a lot of people aren't using lists to their best benefit. So, some people won't even have any lists that you can subscribe to. And one of the things I know Mari does is she creates lists for events. So, all of the people at that event can then go through and follow all the people that were there. So, let's go and have a look at Mari's lists. And then here you see these are all the lists that Mari's created for herself. So you can have a look here. And you can see that I have subscribed to this list. So this is the list of Mari's mentees. And so you can see the list members and you can see who the subscribers are. So if we go back and have a look at a list that I'm not subscribed to, let's look at this one. Then see here it says subscribe. So if I wanted to subscribe to that, I simply click subscribe. And if I want to unsubscribe, then I easily can do that as well. Another way to get to your own list is to click through me here. And click on your lists. Now, a good indicator if people are adding you to lists, and you will be notified if they're adding you to in one of their public lists. You'll get a little note that says you've been added to a list. One of the great ways to see if the information that you're putting out on Twitter is actually being received by the right people, then if you click on this member of, it tells you everyone that has added you to a list. So all of these ones are lists that I'm a member of. And if you have a look at what the names of the lists are, social media writing, and I work with small business owners, helping them with social media, and I work with authors, supporting them with social media as well. So these are the kinds of things that I would want to be seeing in here, things around social media and things around authors. So this is a great way to see. Like if I'm looking here and it's talking about crochet, well then I know that I'm not doing a very good job of putting out information that is relevant to my industry. So this is list building on Twitter with Stacey Myers from staceymyers.com. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love for you to leave them below.